Across centuries, the relationship between Tibet and China has been interpreted in different ways, depending on how history is understood, which sources are examined, and the perspectives through which historical events are viewed. Suzerainty and sovereignty offer differing interpretations of Tibet-China relations across history, shaping debates among scholars and historians today. The same historical record can lead to very different interpretations of authority and control, across time, geography, and perspective. One historical framework used to interpret Tibet-China relations is the concept known as suzerainty. It describes a system of indirect authority, where influence existed without full centralized control historically. In this interpretation, Tibet maintained internal governance while acknowledging external influence structures over time and space evolving fluidly. Suzerainty signifies limited overlordship, rather than absolute territorial control or centralized governance authority structures defined historically across regions. However, historical interpretations of boundaries and governance did not remain fixed over time, evolving continuously. As political contexts evolved, the language describing Tibet-China relations changed, leading to varying understandings of historical relationship across eras. What was once described as indirect influence evolves through breaking suzerainty into sovereignty, later through sovereignty across changing political narratives and interpretations over time. Legal framing of authority over Tibet shifted as historical fluid boundaries transformed into fixed territorial control systems through evolving modern interpretations and geopolitical narratives worldwide emerging. Legal framing of authority over Tibet shifted as historical fluid boundaries transformed into fixed territorial control systems through evolving modern interpretations and geopolitical narratives. The key difference lies in how authority itself is defined, interpreted, and understood across shifting political narratives. Suzerainty implies indirect, limited authority structures operating through influence, connection, and layered historical governance arrangements. As interpretations evolve, historical documents are reframed through modern legal language, shifting from treaties into structured global legal frameworks. In archival records, the meaning of authority was never fixed. It was often read differently across time and interpretation contexts. As political eras changed, Tibet-China relations were reinterpreted through shifting historical and legal perspectives across layered timelines. Over time, the language used to describe Tibet-China relations began to evolve significantly, gradually and continuously. What was once described as indirect influence fractures over time, as suzerainty cracks reveal shifting interpretations of authority across evolving narratives. Suzerainty becomes sovereignty, reframing authority in law and academic debate. Different frameworks interpret authority differently, contrasting layered influence systems with rigid sovereign territorial models across competing conceptual frameworks and perspectives over time. Legal interpretations evolve step by step over time, while Tibet remains the central reference point amid shifting geopolitical frameworks. International scholars continue to examine these interpretations from diverse perspectives, analyzing maps, treaties, and historical records. The same historical sources often support multiple conclusions. There is no single interpretation of authority. Memory, evidence, and context continuously reshape how history is understood across time. In the end, this relationship is understood through history, law, and perspective, shaped by interpretations across time and context today. In the end, this relationship is understood through history, law, and perspective, shaped by interpretations across time and context today.